The Bitty Tingo versus Gio, and this is actually the round of 64 matchup for the 1700 bracket. This is the one set that's been postponed, and they were given extra time, and they were able to get it done, even though there were some flight issues for that. The winner of this will move on to face Jabari, who is in the next round awaiting his opponent. The drafts, as I pull them up here, apologies. We have best of 3 here between Gio and Bitty Tingo. Gio will select Arena Cove, Bitty Tingo with lanes. They band all the way down, so we'll go right back to a forest game, which is always fun. Civilizations for both here. We have Gio banning the Byzantines. He will pick Mayans, Chinese, Khmer, Italians, and Portuguese. Portuguese are sniped from him, however. Bitty Tingo bans Hindustanis. We'll have Britons, Magyars, Saracens, and Franks. Mongols were sniped from him. This is another best of 3. Again, this is one of the round of 64 matchups. This is the final round of 64 matchup that we have between these two. And I'm going to dive into the game here. And we're going to continue onward with, what did I say next? Forest. We're going to a forest game. That's right. Back to forest for game 1 here between Gio and Bitty Tingo. A lovely name and a tongue twister indeed to boot. Game number 1. Gio with the Mayans. Gio's been around a long time in my Discord, and we actually faced off against one another in another tournament in the semifinals. Gio did beat me and go on to win that one, so that was a fun little best of 3 we played amongst one another. As you can see, Bitty Tingo here will be in the purple with the Magyars. Now, the spawn is a little different. These players much closer. Much closer this time. We'll see how that comes into effect. Obviously, this is as close as you can be to your opponent on this map, but it does change things up a little bit, especially for archers or man-at-arms. So, what do you guys like better here? I never tried to kick you out of the Discord. Fortunately, I've actually never had to remove someone from the Discord, thankfully. Luckily, I have been fortunate enough that everyone's behaved themselves. But, I mean, there's been a lot of people that have come and gone, obviously. The Discord is actually super high up there in number of people in the Discord right now, mostly due to the tournament. I expect that some people have already left that have been eliminated from the bracket, which is a shame. I wish that I could keep everyone in the Discord just because I do announce all my tournaments and everything through that first, and that gives everyone that's in the Discord a little bit more time to potentially prepare. I also use my Discord as a tool to bring people in for show matches so that it expands the potential pool of players for that, gives those players a little bit of a heads up as to what maps are coming, because I do mix the maps up. We do have more maps than this, and we have more maps in creation. So always something that I think players need to be aware of. But there's a lot of discords, there's a lot of communities, so I get it. People want to eliminate the discords they don't plan on staying in, which I do understand. So it is what it is. No complaints, no worries there. We are going to see a mill in the mid, so this scout for Bitty Tingo is being annoying, but really not going to do much. More vills are coming. I think moving to the mid is a fine option. We do see the mill at home here for Bitty Tingo, so he's not looking to put a mill out here. Now, villagers do have to walk all this way, so the worker efficiency does drop by a significant margin here. However, the food income is always quite nice. And this boar will be attacking the low HP Ville. Looks like it gets pulled back in time. And boar number 1 from the mid being taken by Gio. Gio actually, it's a funny story. Gio had changed his username because I couldn't pronounce it long ago. I don't know if it was just me. I think it may have been other casters as well. But yeah, I found that to be actually hilarious. It used to be like Gio something, Giovine. I don't even know. There's a P in there, but now he's just simply Gio. Thank God. Helps save me a lot. I'm not the best with pronouncing some of these usernames, so try to do what I can. But we do see another mill, and a second mill is an interesting play. It obviously costs more, but he will have good food income. Obviously, getting the berries at home as well. As you can see, Gio not on the berries at home, but just finishing up the sheep. The barracks is on its way down though, and we are going to see another bower brought in here. So players are adapting to the map here just fine and dandy. Looms in for both already, and another boar. Wasn't only that I couldn't pronounce it. But yeah, I mean, it definitely had something to do with it. You took the nickname we gave. Fair enough. I mean, Gio is simple to say, simple to pronounce, short, memorable. Don't need anything crazy. That's we've all come together over the years, right? And we all have our own names that we put forth, and then we all use different names from time to time, right? I know BBB's usernames like BBB12345 6, and I just call him BB. So all the time, anytime we're playing games together. But yeah, it's always fun. Always fun. Joe has another account. He uses like Ben or something, and we all just call him Joe. Militia for Bitty Tingo. And some more houses. So he's going to try to wall up this area. He's going to be aware that he could be pushed back here at some point. I like the militia being added in right now, though. On his way up to the next stage, he's on gold with 2 right here. So we could see Man-at-Arms. Man-at-Arms could be quite powerful here. And he's going to go forward. No militia on this side, so likely going to be scouts play from our Magyar player, which makes sense. We see another mill going to come up. Man-at-Arms, click soon. Will be a stable. Man-at-Arms, not enough food for Man-at-Arms. 0 on food income, so he's just going to go with the militia. These are going to be downhill hits, though. The middle is very, very awkward as far as the terrain. Yeah, I think it makes sense to forget numbers as well. So no Man-at-Arm upgrade, but it's going to cause problems, and that boar has not been taken down yet. It will be now. This is causing havoc though, and one villager will go down. Oh, how does this village survive? Ooh, interesting. A little bit awkward. I guess the RNG just kind of didn't go with him. I think actually adding archers in behind this now, man-at-arm upgrade would have been great to have, but he just ran out of boar. Ran out of boar. And do we not have scouting here? No. Yeah, alright, we know where we are. Yeah. I don't really understand the walls over here for Bitty Tingo. These would be the last walls that I would build. Build walls there first and then there, personally. Adding a spearman is nice. Getting another archery range. This will be fully walled up shortly. And there's still 2-man militia here. So the scout numbers are going to be here, but they might not do so well as they will be spotted. And maybe even another spear could be helpful, and it is on the way. The vills might have to be pulled to fight this, or be pulled to send home here. The villagers are looking for a fight, though. And this will be a cleanup for sure. Bit unfortunate for Gio to have his military cleaned up this way, but he's trying to do as much damage with them as possible. Again, the Eco KD is still 0-0. Only 1 spear. Be some more billions coming down here. This is up. There's a Vill here. A few archers and some spears, though, will push this away. And Gio gonna wall up over here. Still in the middle. This is risky, of course. But Gotta have that food income. 7 vills. Couple of them with lower HP. Jabari is taking notes. Yeah, Jabari is here. Jabari and Gio know each other well. And again, the villagers could just help fight this. Like this is gonna drive the villagers away, though. And now, will these find villagers? There's gonna be another spearman here. The wall up has been completed on this side. Gio starting to wall on the north as well. Vills are likely to head in that direction, though. Will he get them down in time? No, the scouts are not headed there. Skirmishers being made in defense. These villagers still working on boar is huge. And more vills will be pulled. So these scouts likely not going to be able to get in, not going to be able to do any damage. Will all depend on if he gets these houses down, though, and if these have HP. They have enough HP, they should be fine. Gonna be close. Gonna be close. They're gonna get in. Gio did not hit both houses. He's gonna lose a Vill here, and Gio is not gonna be happy about that. Never want to lose Vills in that way. On the front side, not gonna get in either. Could snipe a Vill potentially, but quick walls not gonna come in time. This is just terrible for Gio here. And yeah, Gio is going to be in a bad way, losing another villager. And yet another one. Oh no. One scout, not going to be enough. Gio is going to be losing even more. Hold away from gold as well. Will need to make more spears. Doesn't have this quick walled either. Oh, these scouts are doing work. They're doing work. They do have +1 as well, so the +1 defense and +1 attack. So they're doing excellent work here. These units have 5 kills in total and 5 eco kills in total. And there's some lag here, but the units are still here wreaking havoc, and there's just no answer for them right now. Gio is in trouble. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Kev's swag dog. Yeah, idle TC for Bitty Tingo. I mean, the villager count isn't that far off here, but a bit awkward. You just copied the board plane map, never played the map. Yeah, I mean that's pretty common. For a lot of players haven't played all these maps, so yeah, the idle TC it's been pretty painful. The spearman will clean this up a little bit, but another vill does go down. Gio able to stay in the mid here. Gio's not paying attention here. He could kill a vill. Fletching going to be coming in. There are skirmishers here, so this will likely just get pushed back. Skirmishers going to push everything away here. And military numbers are 22. Why do we have 22? We have 10 spearmen on the map. That's a lot. And the scouts are still doing work. The vill could die and will die. Then it will be cleaned up. Gio's lost 10 vills because he's lost one to the boar. As well, I think he lost a vill over here. Oh man. Economically, however, the Mayans are always going to be in a fine position. So he's got a little bit of a better position economically. Obviously, he has had more vills than what he has now. So he's still ahead after all this due to the idle TC time. Yeah, the middle, there's a lot of meat in the middle, so feeling fine. And Kev's swag dog, appreciate the follow. That I finally hit 500. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sure I'll probably drop down below it again after the tournament's over, which is always a shame, but it is what it is. But cool to finally hit it for once. This is just my hobby. Oh, look at this beautiful pen that we've made for this horse that is no longer of use to Gio. I like it. I like it. Always fun when that kind of stuff happens. No worries, man. No worries. It is what it is. This is just fun for me, basically. It's not something that I try to do as a profession. So I'm just happy that people have turned up for the tournament, all the tournaments and everything. And there's been so many things going on that it's just been fun to cast all these games. Casting nonstop for like 2 weeks. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you gotta put yourself out there though. And you did just that. You signed up for it, and here you are, getting game casted on Twitch. Yeah, the elo is a nightmare to like, as an organizer, throw out and be like, this is the limit. It really is unfortunate, and I think you just just peaked over 1300, and your average elo was like 1335 whenever I took it. And for average elo, for how well we did with this tournament, I did your current elo plus your peak elo, and then divide that by 2, and that's kind of how we averaged it out. That way, players that have peaked over the elo cap before could still participate if they're, hovering around a lower elo. So, it's not a perfect process, but I like it. I think the players have liked it. We've had many, many close sets. Gio's gonna get in here with 19 crossbows with Bot Canero. He's gonna be adding a second TC behind this. So is Bitty Tingo. Villager lead still here for Bitty Tingo, but not by a lot now. And the skirmishers are just melting. The knights have +2, +1 though. A few more vills going down. But the eco should be relatively safe now behind all of this. Knights need +2 to try to take this, or we should see a siege workshop in defense here. It's a bit awkward because there's so much military compared to so little military here. I think Gio looking like he's going to take this one pretty convincingly here. I mean, the Elo, I guess I should have said something earlier because we are talking about Elo. Bitty Tango has peaked at 1376 Elo and is currently at 1276 Elo. And while Gio has peaked at 1453 and is at 1406. So there is a bit of an Elo discrepancy being the round of 64 here. I think it's just because I let anyone be under 1700, well, in between like around 1300 to 1700 participate. And unfortunately, it does end up with some discrepancy in the elo, right? But Gio, honestly, Gio took a lot of damage, and with great use of the scouts early on from Bitty Tingo. Gio, though, has quite the mass of crossbows. He really needs to add ballistics or some forward siege, I feel, though. As Gio almost loses another vill here. Oops. Why was there an oops? What did I miss? Yeah, same could be said for you, Jabari. Same could be said for you. You guys both like to step up your game when tournaments are going on. For some reason, you guys, you kind of want to win, so it is what it is. It is what it is. This mangonel could be huge, as villagers are dying, which really is unfortunate for Bitty Tingo. This could be a huge shot. Where's the pop? It doesn't pop out immediately. This way. Gotta send it this way. He could go. Oh, 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 oh! It's a big shot. It really is. Only got 2 kills, but took a lot of HP off and sends these archers running. Some of them... Oh. Only 1 villager. That's a shame. If you had that Gareth, he would have probably killed a few. But nonetheless, knight numbers are decent. With the mangonel involved, he might be able to get a really big shot here now. These units have 17 kills, 10 of which are economic units. My problem now is these units are in trouble. He needs to delete this and probably run that way. The mango... Oh. Okay. Got a few more kills. The split comes in, though, and that's where things become problematic. Oh, I think he may have tried to ground attack there. The Knights need to dive on this. They're low HP. Mangonel is just missing. And the micro ensues. Another mango behind this, though. And the Knights will come as well now. Only 11 vil difference here. It's 3 TCs to 3 TCs. Mangonel shot misses these vills again, are in danger. The Knights are going to try to get on the opposite side here. The mango shot comes in, decent mango shot, 2 more kills. And the Knights should be able to clean this up. Mangonel obviously here as well. Thumbring not yet in. Crossbow, micro, galore. Again, this will be cleaned up. So, economically, the difference now is 12 villagers. The biggest problem here is that the Mayan resources last longer, right? And we've had a lot of ills working here with better eco upgrades, wheelbarrow and bowsaw being in. I have a monastery behind this. Probably just going to continue making the crossbows and taking the boar in the mid. And this is where Bitty Tingo is going to have some difficulty because Gio will be clicking up to the next age a lot faster, it seems, and has good military numbers. Although we see another town center out, so I like the approach. University coming up here. That will cause some issues potentially for Bitty Tingo and these cavalry. Very low HP on these ones here as well. They're going to head forward, try to do something, but likely they're just going to get destroyed here. And yeah, we see the splits. 2 of them already have gone down. Somehow this really low HP one survives. Yeah. Lag is always a pain in the ass, but luckily lag is a lot less painful now. Gio almost loses another bill. These Knights could do some work over here, actually. Imperial Age is on its way, though, and Bitty Tingo's getting his eco sorted out, and it's obviously not going to be perfect here. Infantry armor upgrades, so potentially he wants to shift into his own Eagles. Horse goes down. Pikemen or spearmen go down. They're not even pikemen yet. And we'll see, yeah, more barracks behind this. So interesting time to tech switch, honestly. I think just going into Arbalests would be acceptable here. Nonetheless, forward castle coming. Not as forward as I would like to see, honestly. I think on top of the hill, but maybe, you know, the elevation has given him some problems placing that one. That's the best place he could find. 4 TCs, though. Bitty Tingo does have the villager advantage. He is going to be under a lot of threat here momentarily, though. And that is going to be difficult to deal with. Potentially with this 28 and soon to be above 30 Arbalest. That most likely will get upgraded to Arbalest right away, as well as getting Bracer. The villagers are moving out over here, probably going to find the gold. It's a nice house building up here. Getting an outpost, trying to get some more vision. Chemistry, and then Bracer? Oof. Yeah. I understand there was some issues with the flight as well, so Bitty Tingo probably didn't really have a whole lot of time to practice getting in later than he anticipated. Always not a great situation. I actually had a chat with Gio last night. I didn't even know if this set was going to happen, but luckily they were able to get it in. We are able to get the games casted today. Bracer's in. Gonna have Chemistry popping in here shortly. Treb's coming out soon. Another town center behind this. Randomly building some houses up there. The +2 will finish, but obviously there's only 3 knights on the map, so it's going to be difficult for that one. Spear bonus versus horses. Yeah, Spear did its job. Biddy Tingo is housed right now. He's managed to pull off a decent villager production here, but just no military. No military. No worries, no worries. It is what it is. Oh yeah, Hitch used to be pro Mayans galore. Mangonels! Get a shot off. Not gonna get the kill, but a lot of HP taking off some of those. And we can't even run with these now because they have Bracer. Orb is about to be in. Eagle Warrior clicked behind this. Mangonel shot. A good one, but not gonna get a second one off. And I imagine we're gonna see this one called here pretty soon as the Eagles will actually head around this way. Look to do damage. Trebs come forward on the skirm's not upgraded enough to really fight this. And game one should be in the books here relatively shortly. As it looks like Gio will take this one here. Getting all of eco upgrades behind this. Biddy Tingo trying to get to Imp. An Imp would be marvelous for him to reek it too, but I don't even know if he's going to make it to Imp because the town centers are all going to be under threat here of Treb fire. And more stables coming down. Cleans up the villagers over here. The Eagle Warriors will go in. They are not elite Eagle Warriors yet. Yeah, Hitch. Yeah, it's a difficult one. The Trebs go down, though. Hold on a minute. No trebuchets. The Eagles over here are doing work, but the Knights should be able to deal with them. They do have +2/+2. And Imperial Age is on its way. Military, though, the numbers are so overwhelming. Maybe a huge mango shot or two could do the trick. Castle gonna come down over here. Honestly, I'm really kind of surprised here. Military numbers really the only problem for Biddy Tingo after taking out those Trebs. Where's Imp coming in at? Here, yeah. I mean, oof. Trebs would have definitely been targeting that. They got another trebuchet here, but he was fortunate enough to take those out. These Knights trying to clean up some vills will run out and try to do some more damage elsewhere. We have there's 8 Knights on the map though, that's the big problem. Military numbers. I think he's gonna be coming for the Treb? No, he's gonna try to go this way. And there's gonna be a couple conversions. Only one it looks like. Oh, and the villagers for the slaughter as that town center goes down. Vodka Arrow coming in, that's nice for the castles and such. But obviously, military numbers aren't overwhelming here. And now this is going to be taken out one way or another. These Knights, another conversion did come in. The Eagles are raiding. The eco numbers are still better, but he continues to get pushed here. Gio just going to take down this town center. That's why you need Obsidian Arrows. I mean, Obsidian Arrows were amazingly OP though. Cavalier upgrade gonna be clicked, but there's not really enough working economy here, and this is obviously under threat here. The Eagles continue to try to do damage. Elite Eagle Warrior and Fever. Why do I always mispronounce these things? Select number 2 coming in. This castle is going to be taken out soon. Imperial Age time was very nice, coming in obviously after all of the pressure. And taking those Trebs was huge to prolong his life in this game, but I think Biddy Tingo is going to lose it. Yeah, and there comes the GG. Yeah, Gio takes game number 1 here, and we'll have to go to the draft and see where we're headed next, folks. GG's. Let me pull up the drafts. And we are there. We got a Mayan victory over Magyars. Mega defeat. And the next map we shall see is lanes. So we're going back to lanes, folks. Chinese, Khmer, Italians left for Gio, Bitty Tingo of Britons, Saracens, and Franks. Let me load in to the next one here. Game number 2 on the way. Alright, Bitty Tingo with the Britons here, going up against the Chinese for Gio. Bit of a rough start here. I don't know what happened. Bit of a prolonged start, 18 seconds idle TC time. Don't know what's happening there. Maybe it's just a little bit of lag. I don't know. Seems like a lot of lag. I don't know what that is, but longbows, let's go. Maybe longbows could be very good here, obviously. Britons will struggle, though, I feel like. Chinese start. Well, this is the Britons. Chinese are over here. The idle TC time is worse for him at the moment over here. We'll head out this way. Grab everything here. No worries. No worries. Yeah, a little bit rough. That said, though, Gio already lost a good bit of time himself because of the Chinese start. Does have one house down. He's getting this situation started. He is getting his pigs in under the town center. Good use of scouting here for Bitty Tingo with all of this coming in. Close lumber camp. And, you know, everything continues onward. And it's going to be pretty interesting. About a half a vil lead here for Gio still. So he's been able to maintain it. Obviously does have loom as well, so that will come into play. Bitty Tingo, it's looking like he's going to try to push some deer potentially. Map-wise, stones are spread separately. A little bit, one's safe, one's not gold. Should be securable enough. Over here, gold and stones, pretty much similar. Similar map, obviously. Wait and see how things go. The failed Chinese start. Yeah, I mean, the Chinese start is a pain. It really is. And the Chinese are even worse off now as well because, you know, their techs and everything got nerfed, right? They're not as good. They're not as good anymore. The boar being brought in. Extremely good blocking with the pig. And that was fancy. Fancy over here. You know, fancy blocking with the pig. Gio's going to have a boar under his TC. Will be bringing in the sheep. Or the sheep. The deer. Pushing that in. Going out here for another house. And then I think he'll probably go to the mill. Basically, these villagers are headed that way. And just continues to push to center town center. On this side, I think he pushed in one deer. Now he's off scouting. Fair enough. Obviously, we need Bitty Tingo to win this game, take us to a Game 3 decider here, and be able to see Gio's home map. So have to wait and see if that does happen. Boar comes in for Gio, and so does another deer. So he'll have his food income as Chinese, obviously, though he's still been able to maintain that village for the most part. We will see berries. We'll see a veil going out for another boar here. Very similar builds at the moment. We've seen some crazy games on lanes thus far. And, you know, Hitch, if Hitch is still here, we were talking about this last night. We were talking about maps and how frequently we have seen or have not seen maps. To be honest, I think the only map that we haven't seen at all is Shaded Pond. Kind of shocking. I don't think I've casted a single Shaded Pond game. Not one. So I don't know if players are just avoiding that map and they don't want to play it, or whatever. Well, yeah, Viper and Hera played it, but As far as the brackets themselves, Shaded Pond has been played less than, haven't been played at all to my recollection. We've seen Water Arena more than we've seen Shaded Pond, which is just kind of surprising to me. We've seen Watershed only, I think, 2-3 times as well. I think we've seen Water Arena and Flooded Hills more than both, which is interesting. Well, it does have water on it, but the middle of the map is like a pond in the middle of the map, and then the wood is all along the outside of the map. And it's fairly wallable, which I assumed players would like that more, but so far, nothing. We've seen a lot of lanes, a lot of Mont and Bailey, a lot of Nomad hubs this time around. Normally the Nomad start is less favorable for players because of the RNG that's involved, so it's kind of interesting. But yeah, we've even seen Bog Delta a little less than I expected. I mean, that one is always kind of a question mark as to how much we're going to see it, though. We do see a unique wall off here, and we, again, I don't know if Biddy Tingo knows the map all that well, but nonetheless, interesting wall off. At this rate, he could have walled pretty much to his town center on both sides with all these walls. Okay, I don't know the maps. Fair enough, fair enough. Well, welcome to lanes, where there are 3 of them, and you start in the middle and chop to the outside. Feudal Age timing comes in here. We'll be in archery range. Gio's on gold here already. And on the opposite side, we have some unique walling, like I said already, and we'll be in archery range for the Britain player. Nothing too surprising there. Scouts will meet in the middle, and Gio pulled away first. Guess we won't have a fight after all. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, no, this is we've had this map. This is one of our original maps that we've balanced out, obviously, over the times that we've had it here. And you have to chop through. So like Gio here, second lumber camp here, first lumber camp here. He will be the first chop through this side. Obviously, you're chopping just the random forest. But then all of this will be accessible, of course, and there's stones, relics, golds, all of that on the map then. Yeah, anytime. These players are gonna want practice partners as well. 1300 bracket players might want some practice partners. Obviously, we play a lot of games around here, so I think last time I counted, I casted like 47 games already, and we still have many more to come. So there's plenty of opportunities to jump in, plenty. There's still a hole here, and I think Gio should know that there is one as these military units keep going out. Gonna need a house, so he's gonna make that. Ooh, that archer popped out by itself. He needed to pop out with his friends. He's actually going to lose an archer here now, it looks like. Yes, he does. Blacksmith 11. Yeah, I think he meant to pop out with all those, I imagine, but archers head for it, and though the hole is left there, Gio has not realized the hole. Gio has up to a little bit more idle time here, so the villager count still pretty close. Looks like we had a little bit more idle TC time for both. Fletching will come in first for... Oh no, it already came in for Gio. I missed that. My apologies. And these archers are forward, and there's a lot of them. Fletching is on its way. Oh, the archers kind of split which ways they came out of the archery range. That's awkward. And now we have a few archers headed over here by themselves. The gold is potentially going to be overwhelmed here in a moment. There are more archers coming in from behind. And the fight, not going to continue here. Gio will move around. Fair enough, fair enough. The padded archer armor will come in for Biddy Tingo as well, so these fights should be favorable for him, especially with the additional range on Britain as we continue. You do have a lot of skirms and archers coming across the middle though, so Gio's just trying to lure him to this hill so we can have the better chance at getting this fight and cleaning up this military. It is 14 military for Gio to 8 for Biddy Tingo right now. The walls are almost completed. The hole here, the bamboo. It's the bamboo. The devs need to remove the bamboo. That's what it is, right? They need to remove the bamboo. It doesn't help. It hurts, right? Looks like Biddy Tingo's gonna try to take the fight on his hill now. He's relatively safe. Looks like the bills could chop through here before long though. And oh, he pulls off the hill. So Gio is going to have a fine place to push from yet again. There are skirmishers mixed in. Padded archer armor comes in here for him as well. You did well, minus that one spot, Gio. Minus one spot. The fight should ideally be better for Biddy Tingo with the reinforcements in place. Both players were microing. Gio kind of gave up on the micro and diving straight in here is Biddy Tingo, and this is actually an excellent fight for him as he was outnumbered pretty significantly. Like, it will actually still be won with the skirm numbers here by Gio. Gio again with the military numbers. They're forward in the base. Biddy Tingo says 11. He's gonna get pushed off gold. It's already game. Yeah, potentially is. Yeah, I don't know what happened to you there at the beginning. You had a lot of idle TC time at like the very beginning of the game. It was like 18 seconds before you even queued vills and made houses. You definitely fell behind there. Looks like you continue on though, for the moment anyways. Gonna build a stable. He's gonna try to add a scout or so. Gio behind this is adding the market. He's about to click up the castle age. He's still not walled. You point that out all day, Gio. That was the last time, I swear. Double stable. So he's going all in here, but doesn't have the food income to really support that right now. So we'll see if that comes into effect much here. A few archers. More and more archers here. Castle Age going on to stone here is Gio now. And yeah, like Biddy Tingo was saying, things are not looking so great for him. The archer numbers getting whittled down here a little bit, but nothing too crazy. I got all day. Almost walled. Almost. Castle Age is about to be in. The farming numbers have expanded gloriously here. But obviously Castle Age is going to be in, and that's going to cause many problems here for Biddy Tingo as he's going to clean this up. Not going to be an issue to clean this army up, but he's going to be super far behind to the next age, which is never ideal. And the scouts and the one skirmisher going to clean this army up. Castle Age is about to be in though, and I think Gio could very easily come forward for Forward Castle before too long. Might even consider buying it or get some forward siege, also an option. Crossbow, Botkin, both all coming in here. And we see Biddy Tingo doing some things with the market, getting as close as he can to clicking up here. Maybe he can get the walls up, maybe he can survive for the time being. That's true. That's true. Graphical mods are rough. They are rough sometimes when it comes to things like that. There's still a hole here, and there's 13 crossbows with Botkin arrow coming forward. They're just going to patrol forward and hit a house, though. We'll wall this up for the time being. This is where that stone would have come in handy to drop a tower. This is gonna go down here. The military is headed forward. Oh, oh, oh. And we're gonna have a hole in the walls. Oh no. The bamboo's gone now. Gio's like, how do you get in? But again, the Castle Age being clicked for Bitty Tingo, so it did a good job to get up, but he's gonna lose a lot of ills potentially here. The scouts are actually in, they're doing damage. Gio hasn't even realized yet. He hasn't even realized yet. Now he realizes. But at the same time, he's microing over here and killing some vills, making life hard here. The archers show up yet again. Yeah, I think you sold the wood, so you couldn't have towered there, right? Is what it is what it is. Castle Age is on its way, but Bitty Tingo's military is going to get cleaned up before too long over here, and he's losing the villagers left and right now. Ballistics is already in here for Gio as well, so this gold gets found. It's definitely going to be GG here, and they are going to be able to range from there, of course. Military is cleaned up at home. The scout's still alive, but nothing too crazy. And we had an 11. Awful GG. Gio takes set here, 2 games to none. And will advance to face Jabari here in the next round. But Bitty Tingo, man, thanks for signing up, dude. Thanks for showing up for the cast. I appreciate it. Definitely good to see people are showing up for the casting of their games. Appreciate you joining the tournament, knowing that you're going to be, looking at a mountain to climb. It's awesome, man. Very commendable. Very commendable indeed. We're going to go to update the bracket now. If you guys are wishing to avoid spoilers, that was your only warning. Look away. Round of 64 closes with this set, and he'll move on to face Gio. We'll just clean this up a little bit. The round of 32 obviously is still going on. A lot of games already completed here. I have a few sets turned in that I have to cast still. Let me see what we're looking at here as far as that is concerned. I have DJ Sapson's versus Andrew's games in. Huggy is gonna get an admin win, I believe, because I still have not seen a response from his opponent. Low APM, high BMI. Welcome, welcome. I have your games here to cast. You guys just turned those in as well. I've not loaded all that up, however. Anyways, we have sets to cast still. I'm gonna take a little break, just like maybe 10 minutes here, and then I'm gonna load up another set to cast for you guys. You have a little bit more time, and with the set that Sam was unable to give us, it is what it is. So I don't have some images prepared, so I'm gonna make a few images real quick. Grab a drink, and we're gonna load into another set. I'm gonna just go back to whatever the oldest set is that I have, which should only be a couple days old at this point, but I think it's going to be DJ Sapson versus Andrew. And then that'll be my last set currently. So we're going to dive over, take a quick break. I'll be right back, guys, here. And like I said, a few minutes. Going to prepare some images for that. And then I'll be back to casting that. So you can stay with me. That'd be awesome. If not, no worries. Hopefully you guys can catch up later. But